Hey friends, Chef Nena here. Easter is here with us again, a time to reflect and celebrate. And as we do that, I'm sharing with you guys my Kenyan Easter menu recipe. Roasted lamb chops with mukimo, baby carrots, and green beans. So for this recipe, I'm going to use this rack of lamb, which is about 2 pounds of an 8-bone rack. Cut this into individual chops, and then I have this corn which I'm going to use to make mukimo, the Kenyan corn, peas and potatoes mashed together to make a very nice mash. Open this corn, measure about 4 cups, which is about a quart, and this goes into this pot, cover with water, season with some salt, bring this to a boil, cook until the corn is softened. So as our corn works, I will quickly make a marinade here for our chops. Gonna get some thyme, gonna use some of this sage, some rosemary, and within a lemon. Pull this, just leave the tender parts, chop it finely. Move this to this small container. Need some parsley. Also need some cilantro. We will need some of the parsley and cilantro for garnishing at the end. So set aside some. The rest of this mix with the marinade stuff. Get some cloves of garlic. I use a whole head. Crush and chop. So some of this garlic will go into our marinade batch, and then the rest we are going to put it aside. This will be for the vegetables and for the mukimo. Next, I will peel and mince this small knob of ginger. Divide it some into the marinade batch, and then the rest set it aside. Take this 1 lemon and then just slice it very thinly. This goes into the marinade batch. Actually change this into a bigger container. Add some olive oil. Add a tiny bit of salt, black pepper, about a teaspoon of honey. Just bring this together. Just squeeze those lemons, and our marinade is ready. To come back to our lamb, open the rack, just pat it dry with a paper towel here. So this is partly Frenched. We are actually not going to do much to it. So if you want, you can remove some of this fat cap here. Just follow along and then you cut through. So you go to the next one, do the same, just like this. And you end up with these beautiful individual lambs with a layer of fat here. So this is going to help to keep some of this meat. This will make a perfect dinner for 2. I'm going to get this plastic container, transfer all this in here. Then I'm going to spoon some of this marinade in, massage this. You can do this overnight. Cover this, let it marinate for about an hour. So I just checked our corn, it's still working, it's almost there. I have 4 Idaho potatoes. You can use Yukon Gold. We are going to bring this to a boil in the same pot with the corn. So our potatoes are done, and we'll add them into the pot with the corn, which is almost done. To peel these baby carrots, I will just come here and cut this one probably just like so, and this one like so. You can decide to leave the tip. I just like them, they look good. Sometimes they'll fall off during cooking. So next I need just the tips or the whites of these onions. I can take just slightly these roots. This is some of our leftover marinade. I'm going just to sprinkle just a little bit of this, just like so. Just a tiny bit of some water. Wrap this tightly with aluminum foil. Put in a 350 degrees oven until the carrots are cooked through. So in the same oven, we'll put these cherry tomatoes. If you have Roma tomatoes or any little tomatoes, you can use them. So also here, some of this marinade, just a touch of water. All we want to do is just to blister these. We want them just as whole as possible. So for our green beans, all I need to do is just take the ends off quickly, just like so. And then this we will blanch and then toast them together with the carrots and the scallions whites. Give this a quick wash. So next step, I'm going to take these leftover greens or tops of the scallions. I'm going to pick these ones off and then just roughly chop this. I'll set aside just a few of those. They look good for garnishing. And then this will go into this pot. This is some of the garlic that we put aside. A good amount of olive and vegetable oil, about a third cup. Into this pot, I'm going to add these frozen peas, about 2 cups. Just splash this with just a tiny amount of water, just about 2 tablespoons or so. This will go onto the stove. Just steam the peas until they are softened. So our frozen peas here have nicely softened. Into the same pot, I'm going to add a bunch of baby spinach. Traditionally, Mukimo uses pumpkin leaves, but since I don't have them, I'm going to use the baby spinach. All I want to do is just to barely steam them. So cover these. So in the meanwhile, the green beans are ready to go. Turn off the heat and run them through cold water to shock them to stop the cooking. Check how our potatoes are doing here. It's been about 10 minutes. They are almost there. Put the lid back and let them finish. It's a good time to go into the oven and pull our carrots. Poke them with a knife. Perfect. So these are almost there. They need a minute or so also. So the key here is multitasking, but at the same time being very careful to make sure that everything comes out perfect. Our tomatoes here, they are doing great. They need a minute or so. So our baby spinach, peas, some garlic, and the tops of the scallions, they are all done. So all I'm gonna do is just buzz them a couple times in the food processor. This is a job that is perfectly done by a Mwiko. That is a Kenyan wooden paddle, and then mash everything all together. So just give it a couple buzz. Check it. So I'm not looking for an exact puree. Awesome, this looks good to me. That's a good texture. So the carrots and the scallions greens are good. Mix these green beans. Just toast them all together. Let them absorb all those flavors. That is ready to go. This is good too, ready to go. I'm going to drain everything here into this colander and drain off as much water as I can. This corn looks beautiful. Shake off most of the water here, but we are going to save it because we might need it. I'm going to return this briefly into the pot, turn back the heat, and just dry them slightly. So most of the excess moisture in this mash and corn is all gone. So all I need to do, I'm going to move this into this mixing bowl. Okay. Connect this back onto the mixer. Touch the paddle. Turn it on. Then I'm going to lower that. Now I'm going to start introducing the peas and the spinach mix here. So that gives it the traditional Mukimo green. So remember, this has garlic, onions, the scallions greens. Those are not traditional. So turn this on. I will again lower it. Look at the color and adjust. But you want to be careful at this point. You want the green color, but you want to make sure that it's not too wet. Occasionally stop this, lower it, scrape the sides. Also take advantage of checking for the seasoning. Remember, we slightly seasoned the corn when we were starting. We seasoned the spinach mix, so there's some salt in there, but the potatoes need some salt definitely. So I'll get a spoon, see how much salt we need to add, and if we need more of the green stuff. We definitely need salt and pepper and more green. So I actually make the green as a base and I always save it. So every time I'm making mukimo, I have a base for the greens. So the spinach, the peas, you can do this step ahead of time. So friends, our lamb chops have been marinating for about an hour or so and they are ready to go. Look at those nice colors. Onto this searing hot cast iron, we are just going to start laying them right on top. Have them get a very beautiful sear. If you have goat ribs, they will work perfectly for this recipe too. That's the traditional Kenyan meat. After about 3 minutes, you want to turn in, just turn them. Look at that beautiful color right there. That's what you're looking for. So that's also from the little honey that we use, gives this nice color. Have them sear on that side now. At this point, it depends on what temp you're looking for. If you're looking for medium rare, just a couple more minutes, they are done. We are looking for about medium or so they have a time to go. So once they get color on the other side too, you can turn them and just sear the fat cap. Just lay them on their side. So you're going to render most of that fat. If you have a grill, you can fire it. A very good recipe that will work on the grill. I'm going to pop this whole pot into the oven. Give them like 2 or 3 minutes to finish and we are ready to serve. So friends, this is one of those dishes that is best served family style. So you want to put this right onto a platter, stack them just like so. Remember those cherry tomatoes? Put them just around the plate. They act as decoration too. And then we definitely had our cilantro and parsley, as always, right on top. Some of these scallion greens, sprinkle them. That's ready to go. Keep on going. Remember those vegetables. Your family needs them too on the table. Always eat with your eyes, remember? Give them some love. Parsley, cilantro. Please don't forget to put the mukimo on the table. Just pile it as high as you can. There's no celebration without this. Friends, once this meal is on the table, all is left is for each person to come in and dig in, get their fill. If you are fancy, serve it with a fork and a knife. I really don't think I need it. I'm just gonna grab one of these chops here, give it a bite. Look at that, perfectly cooked. Get to the side here. Get some of this mukimo, the blistered tomato. So friends, there you have it, our Kenyan Easter menu sorted. You have time to shop for the ingredients to try this recipe. I'm sure you and your family will enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching this one. Just remember to subscribe to my channel and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Happy Easter.